PC Gamer on X. Valve wins lawsuit against Rothschild and associated entities, with a jury agreeing they violated an anti-patent troll protection act. Which, if you had this on your bingo card, kudos to you, because I did not see Valve defeating the Rothschilds. I don't see anyone defeating the Rothschilds. Pirate Nation, Valve just won their lawsuit against Lee Rothschild and his companies. The jury found they violated Washington's Patent Troll Prevention Act with bad faith infringement claims and breached a prior licensing agreement. Valve awarded about $152,000 in damages, which to you or I is a boatload of money. To Valve, that is less than pissing in the ocean. But it's not about the money. It's about winning. This is PC Gamer. Valve wins lawsuit against Rothschild and associated entities, with jury agreeing they violated Anti-Patent Troll Protection Act. Court also agreed they had breached a global license agreement with Valve. Earlier this week, District Court of Western District of Washington favored Valve Corporation in its 2023 lawsuit. My goodness, we're in 2026 now. Lawsuits can last. Against Lee Rothschild and his associated companies on all counts, including breach of contract and the violation of Washington's Patent Troll Prevention and Consumer Protection Acts. Rothschild is an investor with a huge array of patents to his name, granted and pending, covering an extremely broad range of fields. He also owns or leads a host of companies that manage the business side of the patents. So there are patent troll companies out there that just buy up patents and then use those patents to sue companies to extort money out of them. In this particular legal case, Valve alleged that Rothschild himself, Rothschild Broadcast Distribution Systems LLC, Display Technologies LLC, Patent Asset Management LLC, Meyer Legal LLC, and Samuel Meyer were guilty of bad faith assertions of patent infringement, amongst other things. Patent in question was US, that one, a system and method for storing broadcast content in a cloud-based computing environment. Holy shit. How do you even get a patent awarded for something so broad? Rothschild Broadcast Distribution Systems owns the rights to that patent. And in 2016, Valve obtained a perpetual, irrevocable, royalty-free, fully paid up worldwide license for it and others in Rothschild's portfolio. However, in 2022, Display Technologies sued Valve for infringement of one patent covered in that agreement. And then in 2023, Valve received another claim from Rothschild's lawyers, this time concerning this one. Obviously, Valve's legal team decided enough was enough and filed a lawsuit in return. I mean, if you're going to be patent trolling Valve, a company that at this point is basically literally made of money, you better make sure it's an airtight attempt and that you will win, because they have all the money in the world to fight back, no matter what it is. What makes this particular case of note is that Valve didn't just go after one company, but several of Rothschild's companies, plus the inventor himself, as well as his lawyer. Holy shit. They went scorched earth. Be like, let this be a lesson to any other patent trolls that dare come over to us and try to get us on something, because we will destroy you, your lawyer, your family, your friends, everything who's ever been connected to you, if you dare send anything to us. Holy shit. After several years of slow progress, the lawsuit is now concluded, with the jury giving the nod to Valve over every dispute and claim. For example, the court redeemed that Rothschild and TD had breached the 2016 license agreement in 2022, and that Rothschild and RBDS did not have a just excuse for their absolute repudiation of their obligations of that agreement in the 2023 letter to Valve. In plain English, basically saying, yeah, this agreement you had in 2016, that means you're not allowed to do what you did here in 2022 and then sue for it. Perhaps most importantly of all is that the court declared that Lee Rothschild and his associated entities listed in the lawsuit had all violated the Washington Patent Troll Prevention and Consumer Protection Acts. By claiming that Rothschild's entities are effectively his alter egos in this lawsuit, Valve is arguably using a tactic to make Rothschild himself personally liable rather than any associated company that he founded, owns, or leads. This move could be key for other businesses hoping to combat the problem of patent trolls. Holy shit. Valve, if they do nothing, they win. If they do something, they win. Gabe just wins no matter what he does. Without going into a lengthy discussion about that particular topic, patent trolls are considered to be individuals or companies that own the rights to patents but never use them for any product or service. Instead, they make money through litigation, suing other companies with claims of patent infringement, sometimes through the use of shell companies rather than themselves. Oh my goodness. Can you believe it, guys? The legal system is a shit show. I know you're shocked. I'm shocked. I had full faith in the legal system not being a shit show. I'm speechless. Valve's success against Lee Rothschild could well result in a host of other cases being filed in Washington because of that state's Patent Troll Prevention Act. Whatever does happen, though, you can be sure that many tech companies will be just as pleased as Valve is by the result of this lawsuit. This is going to send ripples throughout the entire tech community, nay, business community in general. Patent trolls are the worst thing to happen to the legal system outside of people throwing frivolous lawsuits at YouTubers. It is an awful waste of the court's time. And I am grateful that the court actually did what I would say is the right thing here in awarding Valve and dismissing what this patent troll Rothschild was trying to do with it. But holy shit, what this means for the future, hopefully, is good things. Emerald Apple, Valve and Gabe keep winning. They destroyed the prominent patent troll Lee Rothschild in a lawsuit that claimed that they violated Anti-Patent Troll Protection Act. Patent trolling is horribly destructive practice that is purely an economic rent-seeking venture that is anti-innovation, anti-consumer, and anti-competition. It has been anathema in Western copyright and patent space, where these patent trolls entities hold a vast number of patents only to sue companies that use technologies that vaguely align with the claimed invention. The entire system needs to be overhauled. The fact that the courts even entertain this stuff is a massive, massive problem. And I don't know how this gets overhauled, but it needs to come from the top. Somebody needs to look at the entire legal system and say, hey, you know that whole we're America, you can sue people for whatever the hell you want to sue people for, and then they have to defend themselves against it. Maybe that's not the best way to approach the legal system, because when people get money or activist lawyers or people that want to push propaganda or agendas against them, they can just drain your funds forever. And it doesn't even matter what the outcome of the suit is, because it's not, for some people, it's not about the money. It's about sending a message. And that could be as much as I don't like somebody, so I'm just going to make their life a living hell for the next foreseeable how many years I can keep this going for. That needs to stop. It's gone on for way too long. Not only is it a terrible thing, but it's like wasting the court's time. And these court cases are backed up into oblivion with how many cases they're just sitting in the backlog to be heard. The vast majority of these inventions are very simple, pointing to technologies that are in common use, such as system and method for storing broadcast content. Yeah, because they sue hoping that most of the people will just say, okay, we'll settle. We don't want to deal with the lawsuit. What do you want out of this? Broadcast content in a cloud-based computing environment. It's so generic. The specific patent in this case, the language of the invention is so broad that it is practically a joke. And yet they were successful in extracting money, licensing fees, from those they threatened to sue. Valve is one of the first companies to fight against this instead of paying the extortion fees, and won. I am really hoping this is the beginning of the end for these rent-seeking, dishonest practices of patent trolling as a whole. The problem that comes in with patent trolls is there are arguments to be made for certain patents out there that need to be defended against people that are clearly stealing the information. But these patent trolls take advantage of the massive gray area or even the obvious lying about it and saying, no, we're one of the good ones. They're coming after our patents and they're using it in the wrong way. And the courts have to be the ones that determine if it's in the gray area or if they are actually the person that is trying to defend a patent with good intentions. That, again, is a terrible situation to be set up, and it needs to be resolved. But I would argue the best way to start resolving it is to have victories like this come through. And wouldn't you know it, Gabe Newell, once again, the hero shining in the light throughout the darkness of the court legal system, shining the way of righteousness. This is amazing. Spike Toilet Paper says, dude won against Rothschild. That's something nearly unheard of happening. Patent trolls have a special place in hell, right next to Nintendo lawyers. Valve wins against a Rothschild. I fucking hope that any campaign follow Valve and sue the hell against Rothschild and their patent troll. This does pave the road, by the way, for other people that may have been impacted by this Rothschild and his companies to be like, hey, courts, we'd like to reopen the cases that we deferred to because they extorted money out of us, and we'd like to get that money back now. This is a very bad day for this particular Rothschild and a great day for everyone else. Holy shit. I didn't think I'd ever see this day happen. But yeah, Valve got awarded nearly $152,000 in damages. Pirate Nation following up says, does nothing. Competition just keeps shooting themselves in the foot. What is this business strategy called? Emerald Apple, again, Valve is the most dominant game company, and all they do is just promote pro-consumer practices. Imagine that. They improve their reputation by being on the side of the consumer, not trying to nickel and dime them, while they fight stupid patent troll lawsuits, which will also have a long-term positive impact for games in general. It absolutely will. Absolutely will. Tebow, all hail Lord Gabe. It's amazing. I hope this becomes a criminal case. Evidence of deception, highlighting AI-generated fabricated use citations that were submitted to the court, suggesting intentional fraud. That's the other thing. For people that are found abusing the court system, I feel like they don't even get a slap on the wrist. It's just like, oh, you're found losing this, you owe this. And you can go on your merry way like nothing even happened. It's like, what if they lie to the court, intentionally deceive? What if they went out of their way to defame or make a company look terrible? No repercussions at all. It's wild to me. But yeah, Valve does nothing, they win. Valve does something, they win. The lesson here is be like Valve. I'll leave that there.